Facebook Live, Facebook Live, Facebook Live. What's happening? What's happening, Facebook Live? You know what I had to do? I had to come down and do a hang with you. I hadn't done a hang with you in a while now. Emily Esposito is watching. Emily Esposito. Something about money. What's up, Daniel Schlonsberg? Oh, wait. Oh, my God. I hate this stupid thing that gets pinned at the top of everything. Unpin it. Unpin comment. There we go. Brian Arroyo, yo. Grant Simpson. Mike Dalzell. Danielle Schonsberg. What's up? Damian Salge. What's up? Blake Brixton is watching. What's up? Chris Dethwa says, happy 30th. Thank you very much. Roshni Thapa says, hey. Bruno Faustino is watching. Bill Ferris says, birthday. Ooh, happy anniversary, says Stacy Dick. Thank you. Appreciate all the love. Let me push this back a little bit. There we go. That might be easier. Now. That was a badass tribute video, right? Christina Oshnini. I don't know if I'm saying you're right. Oshinki. I can't say your name right. That was. Congratulations on 30 years. Thank you. Danny Thrasho, what's up? I love that Facebook name. Hello from Iceland. Wow, that's crazy. What up, homies? I love Danny Thrasho's name. That's a great name. Thrasho. That's not your real name. That's just your Facebook name, right? Tony Lowry says, good evening from Mank, UK. Christoph Poe, happy anniversary. Nice. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the anniversary. The 30th anniversary of Machine Head. I was going through a couple of you know what, I just sent myself some notes here. I made some notes on what okay. Why is this not opening? What the heck? All right, I think I remember what I was going to say anyway. I was thinking about the actual day that I started Machine Head. So I had been in Violence between Forbidden and Violence, I had been in the thrash game for about 6 years. And I was the lead guitar player only. And I wrote about half of the first Forbidden Evil record, and then I left that and joined Violence. And then I was in Violence for 4 years. And you know, by the time we got to the Day on the Green show, like there was just a change. There was a change in the air. Like everything was changing. And I could sense it. You know, Metallica had just dropped the Black Album in August, and it was a big slow down, way more groove. There was a lot of bands coming out with like groove, and Faith No More and Primus were starting to hit. And even though I did like those bands, I didn't love those bands, but like certainly the early era, like I saw the Faith No More era with the original singer, and opening for the Chili Peppers a bunch of times. Like I love the Chili Peppers. You know, Alice in Chains was starting to hit. You know, I loved Soundgarden. So I, you know, in both of those bands, you know, I wasn't really like the shot caller. Like I wasn't the boss. And you know, I was 25 at this point. And I remember watching Metallica, and it was awesome. It was fucking amazing. You know, I mean, I watched all the bands, Soundgarden, Faith No More, like fucking, you know, Queensryche. I loved Queensryche, especially like Operation Mindcrime. But I just felt like, you know, something's changing, and I kind of felt like I was going nowhere. And I was just like, if I do something, I got to do it now. You know, I'm 25. I felt like I was old. Like I totally felt old. I was like, fuck. You know, like it's over for me. 25. And but you know, for a musician that was old. Certainly for a thrash musician that was old. And you know, there was a part of me that was scared of leaving Violence because I was you know, I'd be doing it on my own. Like I was like, I'm gonna, you know, like if I do this, I'm gonna be the front man. I'm gonna be the main dude. Like all roads will lead to Rob. So if it doesn't work, it's totally gonna be my fault. And you know, I remember we got to For Whom the Bell Tolls, and I totally flashed back on watching Metallica at the same venue, but in 1985 on the Ride the Lightning tour, where they were opening, sorry, not opening, but like second or third on the bill of The Day on the Green. And I posted a video of this on my Instagram a while ago. But, you know, they went from being that band, third on a bill of 8, to now they're the fucking headliner. In just a few short years, too. Like, it was not a long time. It was 5 years, 6 years. And I was like, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to fucking start this band. I already had like 2 or 3 songs written. I already had Blood for Blood, Death Church, and a few of the riffs in Fuck It All. And I remember watching For Whom the Bell Tolls and going, I watched them play this same fucking song 6 years ago, but they were third on the bill. Now they're fucking headlining this thing. Like, I got to do this. Like, right, that they're like, I don't know what it is about this connection between that song and whatever, but like something, I love that song, but it was just like, you know, I got to fucking do this. Like, I got to roll this fucking dice. And, you know, I just felt this, I needed to like make my own, like forge my own destiny. Like I needed to call my own shots. I needed to just be my own boss and fucking do this. And I did. And you know what's funny is that the rest of the night's actually was a pretty goddamn good time. The rest of the fucking night was pretty goddamn funny. And I'll tell you why. So Chris Conte, I was there with Adam, the original Machine Head bassist, and we were just friends. He was like, you know, he was just my roommate's friend. You know, he wasn't in a band. He had never played a show. And anyway, we were there, and I was with a couple other people too. I think my roommate Phil, and we were friends with Chris Contos. And I loved Chris. I'd known Chris from the Attitude Adjustment days because Violence and them had played together, and I'd seen them play a million times because I loved Attitude Adjustment, and we worked out this scam to get backstage to The Day on the Green. And Chris Contos, I'm nearly positive it was Chris Contos that was doing this, but you needed a wristband to get backstage, right? But it was just a wristband. So Chris had taken, you know, he's a punk rocker. He's got like safety pins on his, you know, shit. So he took one of his safety pins and cut the wristband and would just walk people back and forth with this safety, you know, and then you'd just take the safety pin off, put it on the next person, and then walk them backstage, and then, you know, so on and so forth. And so we end up getting backstage for the after party of this Day on the Green. And it's pretty fucking raging, dude. Like, Rocky George from Suicidal Tendencies is there. And I was friends with him a little bit because Machine Head and Suicidal had played like 4 or 5 shows together. Or sorry, Violence and Suicidal had played a few shows together. And Slash was there. Slash was from Guns N' Roses was there, and this motherfucker was hammered. Like, this was fully raging Slash, and somehow I end up in a dressing room. I'm dating this stripper girl, rest in peace, and she's friends with Slash and Rocky, and so we end up in this dressing room, and like this all kinds of debauchery happening in this dressing room, and but I just remember like hanging out with Slash and talking like, dude, Guns N' Roses, I love Guns N' Roses, and and then we all come out of that dressing room, and we go and. At one of the things they had at the backstage party was to like, to celebrate Metallica and to celebrate this moment. It was a huge moment for the band. So Bill Graham presents. I think it was Bill Graham. Maybe it was somebody else, promoter. But whoever it was, whoever the promoter was, had brought in a cover band to do Metallica songs. Except that the cover band was a bunch of transvestites called the Ethel Merman Choir. And I don't know if you guys know who Ethel Merman is, but she was this very kind of like dramatic Broadway singer. She sings everything like this. Yes, I'm Ethel Merman. And so there's like an Ethel Merman choir, right? And they do nothing but Metallica songs a cappella. So no guitar, no drums. All of the drums, all of the guitars, everything is made by them singing. So like they're doing Creeping Death. It's like na 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 na. So let it be written. So let it be done. And dude, I was fucking mesmerized. It was so fucking funny, and it was so fucking awesome, and it was so just rad to watch a bunch of transvestites sing. I love transvestites. They're fucking hilarious. And just to watch them sing all these Metallica songs, and like all of this is going through my head, like as I'm still like, am I gonna like I'm gonna do this? I'm gonna fucking start Machine Head, and I'm gonna start this fucking site, and this band's gonna be this, and then I'm just watching this craziness unfold, and yeah, it was a wild night, and I got to give a shout out to Chris Contos for getting me backstage for that because that was pretty awesome. He got hell of people backstage with this little wristband, finagle that he worked out. In the early days, we started out, even though like I had been, pretty, I was a pretty well-known musician. I had 2 albums with Violence out. I had half an album with Forbidden out. I'd actually recorded another Violence album at that point that would not see the light of day for another 3 or 4 years, or 2 or 3 years, 3 or 4 years actually. And but so I was, I toured Canada, Mexico, a bunch of tours of the United States. I'd been touring since I was 19. I'm now 25. So I got Logan and ultimately Adam in the band, and then Tony Costanza became the first drummer. And he was a little more seasoned. Logan and Adam, they were my roommates' friends. Like they had never played on stage. They had never, they were really green. I was actually very worried for a long time about how they would be. We'd go watch Biohazard. I'm like, this is the way we got to be on stage. Like we got to fucking go out there and smash this shit. And, like trying to like teach them how to perform. And they stepped up. They both totally stepped up. But Tony was a little more seasoned. He had been in a grindcore band called Pap Smear and many other bands. He had been in a bunch of like death metal bands, early death metal bands. So Tony was, a little more seasoned when it came to that. He had toured around. But, we started off just, playing house parties and playing warehouse parties, and then we did a home. Our first like club show was at a club in Las Vegas. Tony was from Las Vegas, at the Huntridge Theater, and like 30 people there. Like no one fucking cared about Machine Head, and no one gave it. I made a rule that I was never gonna mention violence in an advertisement for the band. I wanted, it wasn't because of anything with violence. It was just that I wanted Machine Head to stand or fall by its own strength or weakness. Like it was going to fucking stand or fall on its own merits with nothing. And if you heard about me being in violence, cool. But and I was really adamant about it. In fact, I was adamant about that for years and years, even after Machine Head had quite a bit of success. And we gosh, I mean, there's so many things. I want to give a shout out to Eric Wong. Eric Wong was the bass player for a band called Laughing Dead, and he was the guy who actually recorded our very first demo. They had like a little 4-track, 8-track studio in their rehearsal studio, and yeah, if it wasn't for him, like we probably wouldn't have had some of the first stuff that we had, some of the first music. This is before the internet, this is before cheap recording, so like it was hard to fucking record to record anything. You had to go to great lengths, and he I can't remember if we paid him or not. We maybe did. I don't know now, but it was like the first time hearing our songs that we had been jamming back with vocals, with a little bit of production, and when you reach your 30th anniversary, I don't know why I'm talking about just the early days, but like I don't know, just to me there was so much about just the starting point, and the starting point of what you do, of this new change that was happening in my life. And I'd scrape together whatever money I could, and I would go down to the fucking Kinkos. It wasn't even Kinkos. I think it was a Copy Mat. That's what it was. It was a Copy Mat. And I'd go down to the Copy Mat on the corner of University and Shattuck in Berkeley. And I would spend fucking 6 hours at that place. I made paper stickers and cutting up flyers and glue. This was like paper and glue and like handwriting the fucking dates on there for shows that we were doing. And pretty soon enough, we recorded we got Chris in the band and started doing some more shows, and then we recorded a demo with this guy named John Indo. So shout out to John Indo and his partner. I can't remember his partner. I want to say Vern or fuck, I'm spacing. But he had a studio at his house, like in his bedroom, basically. And so, like, we set up the drums in there, my amp in the bathroom. Like I did the vocals in the little, like it was a nice studio, but like it was in this dude's house. And Joey, our manager now was our manager then, and he funded it. It was $800 we spent on this demo, and then I remember just like saving all the money, getting it mastered, and then I would buy blank tapes, like in bulk, like blank cassette tapes, and we'd sit there. Mike Scum was our roadie. Shout out to Mike Scum. And Mike had a cassette to cassette, so you could record one cassette to another. And then I'd make this motherfucker do like 150 tapes. And then I'd go down to Kinko's and I'd print up the J card that goes in the cassette. I'd print up the little gatefold that had the lyrics and a picture on the other side. And, I'm sitting there with like tape and typing shit out and then cutting it out with scissors and gluing it on there. And then we'd go and sell those at shows. I had a punk rock printer. I can't remember what their name. I want to say Pirate Press, but I could be wrong. But he was a punk rocker, and he would only print your stickers if you were on an independent label or unsigned. If you were on a major label, he was like, "Fuck you, I'm a punk rock printer." And so this guy would print up all these paper stickers because we couldn't afford vinyl. Vinyl was too expensive, and we'd fucking go. I mean, we would walk and ride our bikes all over fucking Berkeley, Oakland, San Francisco, fucking flyers, staple gun, fucking flyers everywhere, stickers on any metal show. If you went to a metal show, you ended up with a Machine Head sticker on the back of your car, like fucking, whether you wanted it or not. Like we were just animals, like fucking. And then we go into the shows, and I'd be selling the fucking demo. Like I'd bring a backpack, and I'd be selling the fucking demo out of my fucking backpack. And $5. $5 for that Machine Head demo. Give me the money. You get a demo. And then doing shows. And it fucking, it just started taking off. It started getting a life of its own. Started getting some good shows. We played with Fungo Mungo. That was a great show. Shout out to Jeff Gomes. Fungo Mungo was a funk band. They got us on the bill, and it was awesome. It was a great show. Forbidden put us on the bill. Testament put us on a bill. Possessed put us on a bill. Shout out to Possessed. It was an earlier incarnation of Possessed, with Mike Torreo singing lead instead of Jeff Becerra. And featured Walter Ryan, Walt Ness on the drums. In fact, I produced them. I think I produced their demo, I think. And Mark Strasberg on guitar. Yeah, they got us on the bill. Yeah. And we were just hustling, man. We were broke as fuck. Didn't have any money. And then we had we had our first headline show. And we had our first headline show at the Berkeley Square. We had talked them into letting us headline. And we only drew about 125 people. It's about a 500 cap room. But we drew 125 people. But they made so much money at the bar that night that they were like, you motherfuckers can come back anytime you want, because we made a lot of money at the bar. We were like, yes. So it was like our fans were rowdy and drinking, and and this place was great because they were like Middle Eastern, and they were fucking crazy. They would fight anybody. So like our fans would get in fights a lot, and we were always having to stop our shows to stop people from fighting. And they didn't give a fuck. They were like, we're crazy. Like, they were doing there's a lot of cocaine at the Berkeley Square. So, but they were great, man. I think Omar, shout out to Omar. But, that was good shit, man. It's crazy times. And, I'm sure you guys saw that video today. That video, right? Man. I was very moved. So moved by that video. Some of the things that people said just fucking blew my mind. I got a little verklempt. I did, man. Some of them were really touching. And Jonathan, Lars and Robert, like Kerry King. Everybody made a comment like, Kerry King took off his glasses. This is special. I thought that was hella funny. That was so goddamn funny. What's up, Andy Kiki Davidian? That video is awesome, says Brandy Francisco. Yeah. Pascal still says the video is brilliant. It was, man. And I got to, I tell you what, everybody on there, Jamie and Randy and Blackstone Cherry. I got to give a shout out to Airborne. They sent a video and we weren't able to open it. And then we tried to get a hold of it again and this fell through the cracks. So shout out to Airborne for making a video. Shout out to Jern Watson, editing that video together, putting all the hard labor into it. It was a rough one for him. Let me tell you, it was a rough one for Jern. You got a couple of misspellings, and then we got to the final printing, and then Mike Ruiz at the label found some misspellings. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake, I gotta redo it again. It was fucking hella late for his time. He's fucking cross-eyed today. But he did a great job assembling that. But yes, shout out to all the guys and girls who said stuff. Special shout out to Scotty Ian, though. Scotty Ian, man, that was that. I mean, there was no other video that could have ended it. That was fucking awesome. Like really, really, just above and beyond. And yeah, he's a good dude, man. Everybody, It was all. I mean, I'm humbled and honored, and it was sometimes you feel like you're just fucking spinning your wheels, and it's all for nothing, and nobody cares. And then a moment like this happens and you're like, wow, like we meant something. And it's so, it makes you feel really fulfilled as an artist. It makes you feel really fulfilled as an artist. And, last but not least, I want to thank every one of you who are here now, who maybe you just joined the Machine Head Party. Maybe you joined the Machine Head Party back in the 90s. And I don't care when it is. But, for everybody that's still here, all the head cases around the world, here in the U.S., everywhere, man, we're here because of you. We're here because you care still. Because you make us matter. And it means the world to us that you're still here. And, I haven't been able to see much of the posts today, and I haven't been able to read much of the comments because I was super busy with some other stuff. But, I felt the love, and I was able to catch a handful of them, and I just want to say thanks for all the love, man. Thank you for all the, energy you give us, and the positivity you give us, and the fucking anger, and, all of the life that you give to this band. It means a fucking lot. It means more than I can put into words. So, I got a little special. I figured on this occasion I'd get the most metal beer that I could find, which is a Chemical Warfare Hazy IPA from Epidemic Ales. And I would have a little toast with you guys here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you know I'm about those hazy IPAs, right? Anyway, everybody. Cheers to 30 years of Machine Head. Fucking A, guys. Boom. Oh, yeah. That's good. That's a good one. Anyway, guys. Peace out. I'm going to get going. I will see you this Friday for some Electric Happy Hour. We'll be raging. And, got some good songs worked up. Peace out, everybody. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.